the titanic, terrifying battle between the most terrifying monsters within our community come together for one giant clash. The following announcement has been paid for by Monsters with Attitude.
We are your podcast's favorite podcast, living off of one phrase, 3 words. Embrace the attitude.
What's on, you guys? Y'all already know it's your boy Jordan, the Don Adorno. And if you did not know, right over here, I'm going to be sitting down with my brother from another mother, and that of Mr. Joe Mama himself. Believe it or not, he's actually married to Kaiju. What's going on, Jojo? How you doing today, my brother?
The ring says it all. I am married to the Kaiju. That is true. Man, I'm so excited. We were just chatting it up with Gary behind the scenes here before we got going, and such a huge part of our childhood. It's so funny. We just had a deep dive on Beast Wars, the anniversary, just a couple weeks ago, and Optimus Primal was, for a lot of us, our first introduction to Transformers. So it's such an honor and a privilege to get to sit down with Gary here in a little bit. It's just, I feel like a kid in a candy store. I'm nervous. I'm like, got the anxiety going a little bit. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
Listen, dude, same here. For any of our viewers that are currently on right now, or to anyone that's chiming into this that did partake in our Beast Wars show, it was on that show that news was initially announced. Funny enough, it was just a spur of the moment thing for me of reaching out to Gary just to, shoot my shot to see if I was able to even try to get him on for a possible interview. Being that, I was kind of in the Beast Wars vibe, Armada, Energon, all that. And I'm like, you know what? It'd be cool to sit down with such an individual. And we are here right now, making that wish come true. So, yeah. Now, before we get Gary on, I would just like to do a nice little selfless plug regarding Monsters with Attitude, regarding any newcomer coming in or anybody new chiming into the chat. This is Monsters with Attitude, where we embrace nothing but attitude. So if you yourself, or you may even know someone that may be interested in such topics regarding kaiju, video games, wrestling, anime, you name it, we have done it all. All right, there is a quote that we live up here to, and that is that we are your podcast's favorite podcast. So right below this video, you guys are actually given access to click on the description, to click our link tree, and check out each and every single one of our social media accounts. We also have a TeePublic where we have official merch. So make sure you guys go ahead and check that out. And truly, just at the end of the day, here at Monsters with Attitude, come join us just to help embrace the attitude. All right, so with all of that being said, I like to think that was a nice little selfless introduction. All right, so with all that being said, I've done enough chit-chatting. It is time to bring the man, the myth, the legend, that is the voice behind Optimus, and that of Gary Chalk.
Woo, Gary! Welcome.
Welcome. Hey, there you are. I couldn't hear all those accolades and the marvelous stuff that you were saying. I couldn't hear a single word of it. So, but that's okay. I'll catch up.
There was a lot to give you praise for. We are so excited to have you. First off, thank you. It's an honor and a privilege. Gary, I want to ask you the same question we ask everybody, a little bit of an icebreaker question. As I'm sure you noticed from the interview, we are huge Godzilla tokusatsu fans. Are you a Godzilla fan? And did you grow up a Godzilla fan?
I grew up with Godzilla before you were born. My first Godzilla movie that I actually saw in a movie theater, I think was in 1964. 64, 65. I think I was about 12 or 13 years old.
Okay.
And it was against, who was it? Mothra? I think it was Mothra. Yeah, and I've seen a bunch. And because I always about, Godzilla! Godzilla! You know, it's coming, it's coming. Oh no, save me. Hey, come on, kids. We can save the day. And I remember all of, it's always the kids, on the bicycles in their little baseball caps. And yeah, I remember that. And then I watched the modern Godzilla, the not the one that I made, but the one before that. I watched that. That was pretty cool. Then I watched mine. That was fun. And then I watched the one afterwards. That was fun too. Godzilla 1. Is it Godzilla 1? I think it was.
-1.
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Yeah. So I gotta say, I don't watch so many as a rule anymore, but I was a huge fan of those movies. Now I'm a big fan of a show called One Piece.
Gary, don't mention One Piece around Jordan. You can't mention One Piece around Jordan.
Why not? It's amazing.
He's a super fan.
Oh, are you?
He's a super fan.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That was the theme of this anime show, or this Anime North this year. There were a lot of One Piece costumes out there. Some of them were pretty freaking amazing. But the straw hat was the big one, and the woman with the big red hair, the Big Mama.
Oh,
she was good. Yeah, there were a few out there. I didn't see any fish faces though, but
I love that.
But yeah, I watched all the seasons, and I just love imaginative stories and storylines, and it was pretty fun. The clown, the clown with no body was pretty hilarious.
Yeah,
I like that. There was some weird stuff in that, but it's very faithful to the animation cartoon, I think.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So I like that.
I haven't seen it, so I can't comment on it.
You what?
I know. I'm shunned. I should leave. I know. I'm horrible.
No, you could watch it on I think, is it on Netflix or Prime? I think it's on Prime.
They do have it on Netflix.
Prime or Netflix, one of the two. But it's very fun. It's really, you'll really enjoy it.
So Jordan tells me all the time how amazing it is, but isn't there something like 1,300 episodes?
Well, that's the anime. There's only 2 seasons of the live maybe 3 seasons of the live action.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, if you want to watch it from the beginning, you'll be old and gray by the time you finish.
Well, then I'll check out the live action then. Okay,
the live action is really fun. And the other good one I love is the thing called Arcane. I don't know if you've seen that one.
No, I can't say I have.
Arcane is on Netflix as well. The stories are great. The animation is just pure art. It's just amazing. So look it up. Arcane, Arcane.
I'll put that on my list. I'll check that out.
Yeah, it's really good animation. Yeah, go ahead. No, it's about,
no, I'm sorry.
It's not about them. It's about me.
No. Hey, we love it. Trust me. Like these type of conversations are why we do all this. But I do have a question, real quick. Take me back to the beginning. You were born in Southampton, England. What's it like there?
Southampton, England, is a shipping town. The Titanic was launched from there. My grandfather worked on the Titanic in Belfast, I think, as a rigger fitter, was like a welder or a riveter, rigger fitter on that ship. And he was a longshoreman on the docks during the war. And it's a very industrial town. It's where all the maps are made. It's a big cartography city. Southampton University has a great architecture courses. I liked it when I was there. I lived on a manor in a council flat, or a council house right on the it was right on the manor. It's like by the New Forest in England. The New Forest is little backstory in the New Forest. It was planted on purpose by Henry VIII so that England would always have timber for ships. So, but it became this forest. They never used all the timber, but it became a beautiful forest. And they had the forest ponies, which are actually miners' ponies, and they're all owned by somebody. And on my backyard, I used to feed them because my backyard overlooked the fields in the New Forest, and they had free range and everywhere. So it was quite a memorable childhood back when the stuff that I can remember. I had a wonderful time there. My father's side all comes from that side, from Devon and Southampton. And my mother's side, they come from a place called Walthamstow, which is East London. And they sound like that. And it's a great place. Lots of excitement, you know. I loved London when I was there. And so I left there when I was a kid. I think I was like 5 or 6 years old.
Okay.
Our family emigrated to Canada because my dad was a tradesman and they needed the trades to, he worked on the sawmills in the mines and stuff. And so that's what happened. We lived here, and I think I've been living in Vancouver since 1957.
Wow.
And I've never really left. I mean, I had a 2-year stint in Ottawa because my wife got seconded there, and so I had to make up a career when I went there. And I'd already had a career here, but not as it was basically in the beginning of my career. And what happened? I went to Ottawa and I started making inroads. I started working in theater and film and voiceover, and that's where I got my cartoon start. Was in
That's
in
actually
Ottawa.
what I was going to ask. Like, was there any desire for you to hunt down voice acting, or did it just kind of fall in your lap?
No, I really wanted to get into the commercial voice, and my theater. I was working theater there, but it doesn't pay the rent very well, and I went in auditioned for some voice commercials and got them, but I went for this one for the Ottawa Citizen because their guy who does the usual commercials was gone, and so they asked me if I'd come in. So I came in, and I got fired because I didn't do the voice the same way as he did. And he goes, "The Ottawa Citizen for the latest in news, sports, and entertainment," and mine was more stentorian. And they didn't like that. So I'd never been fired from anything before. So I turned around and I went back to the guy at the studio and I said, "Look, you teach me all of the different kinds of reads for commercial voice. You teach me for different kinds of reads, and I'll do your next spot for free." So he taught me about corporate voiceover, retail voiceover, public service, that sort of thing. And,
Uh-oh. Was that on my end or yours too, Jordan?
I was on my end as well, going through some technical difficulties.
no,
Oh, there we are.
but yeah. So anyway, okay, I'm good now.
All right.
I was asked to go and do this thing, so I did it, and then I took my tape around and I started making a lot of commercials. So this is great. Then my agent called me one day and she says, "Hey, you want to read for a cartoon?" And I said, "I don't know. I never read for a cartoon before." And she goes, "Well, it's this thing called Hiawatha. It's for Kenner." And I said, "Well, okay, sure, why not?" So I went in and auditioned for this thing called Hiawatha. I ended up getting the voice of Hiawatha and his dad and a bad guy and an old lady. And I thought this was pretty cool. And
I did it by myself, and that was I didn't realize there was other people in it. I just did it by myself, so I did that, and then got my check, and I went, "Wow, okay, I'd like to do this. This is fun." So I did a few more dubs for Alien movies and TV shows and voiceover narratives for industrials and that, and didn't do any cartoons after that because that was the only one they did, I think, and that was in Atkinson Film Arts, the guys who did Heavy Metal and Fritz the Cat, and then I had to move back to Vancouver, so I just thought I'd pursue that the same way, and I went around all the studios and all the ad agencies for commercials and gave them my tape, and then I got an audition for a cartoon called Tech Force. It's called Tech Force. Didn't get it. So I was kind of disappointed. Then another one came up for Barbie and the Rockers. And I got that one. So it was a smaller part, but I got it. And so I kept, pursuing it and copying, and listening to different cartoon shows and whatnot, and finding the voices and playing around with my voice. And then I got an audition for, what was it? Yeah, I think it was G.I. Joe.
Oh.
And I got that. And I ended up playing 3 or 4 characters on there: Sci-Fi Pathfinder, Metalhead, Lieutenant Stone, and a couple other incidentals. And then I read for a thing called Captain Nintendo, the Dreams Master. Got that. The Games Master, got that. And I just kept auditioning. I kept getting parts. And before you knew it, I had a full-blown career on top of my film career, which was, sporadic. But then the film career took off. And so it became sort of like 50-50, with some voice and some cartoons. But you never know how you get it. You just... The thing about cartoon voices is it's hard to get the job, but once you get the job, it's not that bad. It's pretty good, and so I've been doing that for over 40 years. So you just sort of, if anybody told me I'd be where I am today, then I'd have laughed in their face. Because I had no clue, but it just all of a sudden it's like. You audition and you get it and you forget about it. You don't think anything of it. You just go, oh, great, I got an audition. I win. Yay. When I got Transformers, the only exposure to Transformer was doing the Transformers Generation 2 toy commercials.
Okay.
Transformer Generation 2, batteries sold separately, new Jetfire, just like. So I really had no idea about the Transformers, and then the Beast Wars thing came along, that Beast Wars show. And I auditioned for it, then I auditioned again. And I thought, well, something's got to happen. There was a lot of people, reading for it. And then it came down to myself and David Kay. And they wanted originally David Kay to play Optimus and me to play Megatron. And then I went in the studio and I said, Sue Blue, who was directing, she goes, well, make it more. Do this, do that, do this. And I said, okay, try to do that. And she goes, okay, you're Optimus and Kay's Megatron. And the rest is history. We've been doing that for years. And then, just more and more cartoons. I got kind of exhausted. I do cartoons all the time. But there you go.
Wow. Well, ironically enough, Gary, that was one of the questions I was going to ask pertaining to what would have been your reaction.
I can't hear you.
Uh-oh. Joe, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Jordan. Can you hear us, Gary? Gary, can you hear us?
Somebody that has their mute button on.
I don't think we do.
No. No, is it not through your headphones?
Can you still not hear us anymore, Gary?
Hello.
Uh-oh. Going through some technical difficulties. Let me see.
Let's see here. Let me see if I mute him and then unmute. Gary, can you hear us now?
Oh, good. Because I can't hear you guys.
Oh.
Just message him privately,
Can you hear
and
me?
tell him that we can hear him.
Oh, yep. We apologize, everybody. Hold on 1 second.
I think when his went out, it may be. Show him your phone that you're going to message him.
All right. It should be set.
Okay, hang on a second.
Yep, well, no problem.
1 second.
Yep.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we could still hear. Can you hear us?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I can.
Yeah, we can hear you, Gary.
Just a second.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
I'm just going to.
Maybe that's what it is. Yep.
Okay, can I hear me now?
Yeah,
Yep.
can you hear
Can
us?
you hear us?
Okay. Now you can hear me.
Yep, we can hear you. Can you hear
I
us?
don't know what's going on.
That's all right. It's the Terminators taking over.
Let me see.
I shut off my iPods.
Did that work? Can you hear us now,
You're
Gary?
not muted. Are you? Nope, you're not muted. Okay, I'm going to hang up now and call me back. I'll call you back.
All right.
Yep.
Ready?
Yep.
How do I hang up?
Let me see.
I can't see where I am.
Let me see. There we go. Yep.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties. We'll jump back on with Gary. Hey, this is what happens when you do it live, guys. You run into some technical snafus, and it just happens that way. But I say we just blame Jordan. Let's see.
Of course.
How do we? Let's see. I need to get him. If I kick him from the studio, is he going to be allowed back in?
If you kick him out.
Yeah.
Let me see. I mean, all he would have to do is click the link back on, but
All right, I'm kicking him from the studio, and we'll go from there. Message him, and you guys are going to literally see behind the scenes of MWA right now, because we are live and in living color, ladies and gents. But yeah, just message him and tell him to follow the link again. We'll bring him on, and then Jordan, just literally start with question 1 again, because there was a hiccup. Even if he answers it again, the same. Oh well.
yeah, no, I got you, bro.
While we're waiting, chat, you guys feel free to throw in some questions in here if we have time at the end. I don't know what's going to happen now that we had this technical difficulty, if we're going to be able to get there, because we usually only have these guests for about an hour. I don't know if we're going to be able to go a little bit longer or not, but just in respect for everyone's time. So, but throw your questions in there, and I'll try to keep an eye on them. And if I see any that are really really good, I'll ask. So,
Please, that would be very much appreciated, everybody. Again, we do apologize, but it's the
I
fun.
don't apologize for nothing. It's Jordan's fault. He apologizes for everything. So I didn't make any mistakes. Jordan made the mistakes. Just saying. Primal parodies. Gary can talk forever. Good. So good luck. Hey, we love that. That's cool. Makes our job a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope that he can follow the link. Are you still texting with him?
Yeah, I messaged him, so I'm just waiting for a response back. And I resent him the link, so he should be hopping on anytime now.
You know what? Eric actually said something. Hi, Eric. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. Said it wouldn't be a stream without a hiccup or two. I don't know how much you guys can tell here at MWA, but I can say comfortably at least 60-70% of the guests we've had, there's been major technical difficulties. So we're used to it. It's all good, man. All right.
And we got him back on.
Yeah,
Gary, we got you. All right.
I don't know what was going on there. It was a bit weird.
You know, I wonder if the sync just maybe or the Bluetooth got wonky, but it's all good.
Well, that's probably why, yeah.
So really quick.
Yeah,
no problem. That's what we kind of figured it was. But we would like to actually deep dive a little bit into a specific topic that you're kind of segueing into. That was actually a question I had for you.
Yeah,
and that was the start of your career in Transformers. So the question I do have is, what was your first reaction when you learned you'd be voicing the character of Optimus Prime?
Well, for one thing, I was quite happy to voice it because it was such a great character and I loved the storyline. And then I heard that it was CGI, which was something new for the for television, which I thought it'll be exciting.
Of course.
But as far as the import of the series and the franchise itself, I really wasn't a big, not so much a big fan, but I really wasn't. It wasn't part of my world at that time because, like in 1994, whenever it was when we started, I was I think 40 years old, 42, somewhere around there. So it'd been a long time since I'd watched cartoons as a kid. And so I didn't think anything of it. It really hit me when I was invited to a convention in Los Angeles and walked into the auditorium with the cast, and the place went absolutely ape. There was like 1,000 people, and they all went crazy to see us. And I went, oh boy, this is something. And then I realized, this is a really big franchise, and it's a really big deal because if I'd have known, I'd have screwed it up.
I love that. You said that it's no, please go ahead.
So I just walked in and did it, and now I have to live up to it. So I have to live up to the role of Optimus, who's a great leader and a great role model and mentor, and now I have to do the same thing. Darn it!
You said that Transformers really wasn't part of your world. Did you feel any? So you probably didn't feel any pressure stepping into a character.
No, I had already done quite a few cartoon roles. And I've done several series. I did, G.I. Joe and He-Man, Masters of the Universe, and Kissy Fur, and Captain Nintendo, and Captain Flannel, or Captain N, the Dreams Master, or there's Captain Nintendo, but there was also the Dream Patrol. Captain Zed and the Dream Patrol, and Kissy Fur, and Beanie and Cecil, all these different cartoons. And I just thought, oh, great, another cartoon, because I was literally working every day on these things. And so I didn't think about it. And then when I saw what an impact it had on people, I thought, well, Christ, now I got to live up to it. Ah!
Did you ever have a I'm sorry, Jordan. I know you have a question to ask.
Okay.
Did you ever have a conversation with Peter Cullen about your two different Optimuses?
With Peter, I just, I met Peter and Neil Kaplan and myself. We all met together at a con in Houston, Texas, or sorry, Dallas.
Okay.
And we had an Optimus off, which was greetings, and he was wonderful. He was just a lovely man, and Neil, we became friends. And the thing is that we can't expect to do everything all the time. And Peter, he was the originator of the role, and bless him, he was great. But nobody had taken really any major interest for many years until Beast Wars came along.
Yeah.
And basically, Beast Wars revived the Transformers franchise. And it brought Peter Cullen back into the fray. And a lot of the other guys, I think Dan Gilvezan was in there, and who else was part of that?
Frank Welker. Frank Welker.
Yeah, and Michael Bell and all those guys, they were all part of it. And so it was quite the deal, this revival. And it did billions or millions in marketing, and so the toy company was very happy. They had a new line to go on, and so Transformers as life was extended, and I'm very happy that we did a job, that we as the cast did a job that was good, and the stories were great, and the characters were well defined, and people loved it. So that just sort of got people interested in doing the Transformers again. I'm very proud of that, actually.
You should be, because I think the argument could be made that without the success of Beast Wars, maybe Transformers wouldn't be as large and popular and successful as it is today, with the live actions and the continued different animated series, and it was a huge success.
Yeah,
and you should
they brought them
be
all in, like the Unicron trilogy and all that. And it was Robots in Disguise. It was really quite a boon for that industry, and I think that I think we did okay. We did a good job on it, and so I'm very happy about that. And so did Peter Cullen. So we all brought something.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you from my experience, Gary, I never grew up watching G1. G2 was my introduction. So for you to think you did okay, I'll be the first to admit here, you did a spectacular job. All right. So now I have another question for you pertaining again to Transformers. If you could voice Optimus again, would you change anything about your performance?
What would I change? I mean, I really like the character, the Beast character, like the Beast Wars character. I really liked him because he was warm and human, and he had a great spectrum of emotions, which was wonderful and great and very satisfying for me as an actor, rather than being a robot or a truck. And there's always the truck versus monkey and all that, but the only thing, if I was to do it again, I would do a hybrid of truck monkey. I wouldn't do a completely truck or
truck
robot.
Monkey.
And I would do it completely optimal. I would just find a hybrid between the two and keep her going, because the great thing about that character, when it was mammalian, it had legs. And when you could combine the two, it even has more legs, and that gives you an opportunity to, spread the stories, like the love story between
Black Arachnia and Silverbolt was weird, but
Do you have a little taste for us of this hybrid voice of truck and monkey that you can do? Not to put you on the spot or anything, but
what I would do is I would be myself. I would be Optimus Prime, but I would also be Optimus Primal. And I would add just a little bit of warmth, a little bit of empathy, a little bit of compassion for that character. And it doesn't have to be, simpy and whatever. It doesn't have to be soft. It can be firm but fair. And that's what I would do with him.
Chills.
Chills, Gary. Thank you for that. I can die a happy man. Optimus Prime will just talk to me.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you.
So your work, like you've mentioned here so far, has spawned many different franchises. And is there a difference behind the scenes when you're tackling, let's say, Transformers, which is more sci-fi, and He-Man, which is more fantasy?
Yeah.
What's different behind the scenes to bring those voices, to bring those stories to life? Is there a difference?
Well, I think the thing with He-Man is the characters were, Gizmo. What was his name? Gizmo? Not Gizmo. Gizmo. I think it was his name. The little guy, the little elf. Hey, what's going on? Hey, He-Man. And there's Skeletor, and I'm with the Skeletor. It was oh, He-Man. He was kind of a weirdo, and I liked the some of the villains like Whiplash and Skeletor, and who was the other one?
Yeah, Lockjaw or Trapjaw.
Lockjaw, and that. Yeah, they were some fun characters, and we had a lot of fun with that show. And it was every week we'd have the after the show. Time travel is only make believe, but we can learn from the past. Until next time. And every show, doing drugs can be addictive. It's not a good thing to do. So in future, don't do drugs. Until next time. And you had all those until next time every episode, and I love those. I just enjoy. I have a power.
I think we've all done that periodically throughout, if not just our childhood, but even in our adulthoods now, especially with the
My wife used to go, do He-Man. He-Man. What do you say? Anything. My wife, she loved He-Man. She used to watch it with the kids in the morning with the kids, and she used to watch it, and it's crazy times. We also watched Pee Wee Herman show.
Well, speaking of He-Man, we were just talking about it, and with the by the power of Grayskull. And I think what's definitely drawn our attention a lot more to He-Man is this new movie coming up.
The movie looks pretty cool. I mean, it's not Dolph Lundgren, but it's
okay. So now, I guess the question I have is, what are your thoughts regarding the new movie? And are you interested in possibly wanting to watch it? Maybe take your wife out on a movie date to watch that movie?
Maybe. I don't know if she would go, but you never know. I mean, from the trailers look pretty exciting. They look a lot better than the old live action movies, but they didn't have the effects and stuff that they have now.
Of course.
And so they can do a lot more with that world today than they could 20, 30 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember I think it was the Dolph Lundgren version. It was kind of corny.
It was super corny. But I'll be honest, Gary, I have a soft spot for that movie. Like it was pretty popular in my house when I was 4, 5, 6, but
Yeah.
But I have high hopes for this new He-Man. I really hope they don't mess it up.
I think I'll do it. I can't wait to see my Battle Cat, Cringer.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
That is the only reason behind me wanting to go to theaters to watch that movie is specifically for Battle Cats, one of my favorite characters. So that is awesome.
I want to see the Battle Cat. Yes, they probably. I hope they have it. I think they will. We'll see.
Yeah.
I've the trailer. I saw the trailer. Of course, I've seen the trailer. But see that white line that's in the middle of my face? It's not really a flaw in the screen. There's a little tiny slit in the window shade, and the sun is setting right there in front of my face. If I just move over here, I'm out of the sun. Yeah.
There you go.
You guys seen it first here. Gary had officially summoned the power of Grayskull. That's the reason why he has that reflection on him.
By the power of Grayskull, I have the power.
Yes. Go ahead, Joe. I'm
Gary,
sorry.
No, dude, I love it. It's great. No problem. Gary, you've worked across cartoons, anime dubbing, video games. Is there one that's the hardest for you?
Or
are they all pretty similar?
For me is video games.
Okay.
I find that I did this one NFL Sports Interactive, like a Madden game. It was a Wii game. I think it had 7,000 cues, and it went over 6 days. And I worked like 6 hours a day, and it was like, "Hey, don't do that. No, don't do that. Why are you doing that? No, you mustn't do that. Hold on, don't do that. Oh, you're pushing too hard. Don't do that. Okay, relax. Don't do that." And it becomes a mantra after a while. But you have all these different variations on, slow down, speed up, you beast. Come on, you can do it. Speed up. You're slacking, and you've got all these different iterations for people who are doing their workouts with these Wii machines. And it was kind of cool because they had one player from every team in the NFL doing one specific exercise on the video. And I was their coach. And I described the exercises, and then they would do them. And it was quite fun. But that's it's hard work. It's really grueling. I mean, the real announcers, they last about 25 minutes, and then they're kind of done. And I'd go 6 hours, and the guys at EA would go, "You're a machine." I'm a voice actor. He goes, "I don't know how you do it." But that's how it is. You just plow through, and hopefully you get them all right. And I've done a few video games in my life. I did some ones with motion capture. That was fun, and did some short video movies with the guy who did who made District 9, Dutch guy.
Yeah,
The South African guy. And what we did was a animated show, but it was being animated in real time. So we covered ourselves in these glow-in-the-dark dots. We had a mask with a camera on it, like in Avatar. And we would be in basically a plain black room with black table and a black chair and black something. And then we would move through it. But when you saw it, if you actually looked at the monitor as you were moving, you were a cartoon character moving through a cartoon world in real time. Just like in Avatar, the technology in Avatar is all in real time.
Yeah.
So when you're watching them do all their movements, it's all in a plain black room. It's pretty exciting, and I've never done that before, and that was that was pretty cool. I can't imagine. Dubbing can be hard, especially with Japanese. And they're dubbing from Japanese into English because Japanese is kind of polysyllabic. It has been, you know, and it's like gumbo, again, it is. You got all these different, but you have limited mouth flap noises. So it's like, so you like strawberry jam? Well, I like raspberry jam. Do you like strawberry jam? I don't know. I've never tried strawberry jam. How about so you're trying to match a sentence that makes sense within that time frame, you know, that frame. But now they have this new technology called WordFit, and well, it's old now, but WordFit and all these other dubbing software that is just incredible, who can match your voice to basically anything. And so I like that. I mean, I recorded a movie called Cats and Dogs. I don't know if you ever heard of that movie. It's a kid's movie.
Oh, this is like an old movie. I remember it came out in the early 2000s, I believe.
Yeah. Well, I did another one recently, Cats and Dogs 3, I think.
Wow.
I recorded the part of the dog. I was an old golden lab retriever and a spy, head of a spy agency, and I recorded it all right here.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. So, and I used it, and I saw the movie. Actually, I've never seen it, but I saw it, and I said, "Yeah, it looked pretty good. The lips work." So they animate around the voice, so it was pretty cool. But that's, I think, the hardest one to do is video games, because it takes a lot of stamina. The easiest one to do is, I think commercials are pretty easy.
Okay.
Because they're only 30 seconds, you know. I mean, you can get sometimes, you know, I mean, I've actually had a thing for Dollar General stores. It was the tag. I did a lot of the commercial, but the tag was Dollar General stores. Their everyday low price, ours. And the ad guys were going, you know, I like that. Yeah, I love that hours. I'm not going on with the hours. 31 takes of the word ours, 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 ours. And I said, what's wrong with it? Said, no, well, it's actually smug, or it's not just this, it's just something. I just need, you know, something that embodies warmth, you know. And I said, I think I did that. And they went, okay. And they couldn't hear what they wanted. And what it turned out to be was the second take.
Wow.
Their everyday low price, ours. And that's the one they wanted. It's for Dollar General stores. So sometimes you can have one that's difficult like that. There's a great gag reel on there's a great funny one on YouTube where Santa goes in to read for a commercial. And the two guys, the writer and the producer, they're in the studio, and Santa goes, okay, Santa, let's just run by a couple and see how we do.
Okay.
Oh. Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. The guy goes, what? Yeah, I'm liking that. That's good. That second ho. Can I just give it a little bit more? And so he goes, okay. Ho, ho, ho. Mom, I don't know. That's a bit too much. You know, it's just, no, what's wrong? Then the writer goes, no, what's wrong with it? I said, no, it's a bit too much. I don't know. I wrote it. I think it's fine. At the end, he's going, how? It's pretty funny, but it actually reflects things in life. Bill Shatner's got one where he's doing a reading for a commercial, and the writer, producer, whatever, he goes, I don't know, I don't know, Bill. It's okay, but I think And Shatner goes, oh, you don't like it? Do you think you can do it better? Oh, come on in. You come and do it. Show me how it's done. I'd really like to see how you do it. And he goes, well, no, because I'm not really in and out. And no. You know how you want it to hear. And I'm really not hearing what you're hearing. So I'd really like you to come into the studio and say it, and then I can hear it and I can copy it.
That is hilarious.
He just grounded him right into the dirt. But that happens, Yeah, show me. But yeah, no, it was good. I like that. But that was my hardest one, was video games.
Wow. And Gary, I mean, it goes to show you have, played remarkable roles, whether they be minor or as big as Transformers. The question I have for you next is, which character felt closest to your real personality?
Oh, well, that's there's no doubt there. Well, I have two. One is Optimus Primal.
Okay.
Who's the closest to me in the cartoon world. And the other one is a show I did called Inspector Polachuk, or called Cold Squad. And I was a character called Inspector Polachuk. And I was the boss of everybody on the show. And that one reflects exactly who I am. And it must have worked. I won 2 awards for it. So, but it was, because they're like, I believe in a lot of things. I believe in, being honest and having integrity, and I believe in compassion and all the things that we take for granted. That, you believe in being kind and hurting no one, and that sort of reflects basically who I am. And because it resonates with me so much, it makes the character way more real,
Yeah.
But I've had, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's not like I'm just taking characters. I was playing a villain on Arrow. That was pretty fun.
Oh.
Yeah, I played a few villains in my day and had some good times with it. And played this crazy lawyer in a show, and played a couple of detectives. One I played was one in a show called Travelers, which was a good show, the pilot of Travelers. And so I get to do, not just a one-trick pony.
No, most definitely not that, my friend. I tell you that much.
Hey, Gary, tell me, how has voice acting changed from when you started to now?
Well, I can tell you that when I first started, voice was on tape, on a tape recorder, a big tape recorder, 24 track or 16 track or whatever, but it was on tape. And when you recorded and they didn't like it, they'd ask you to do another one, and then they take the tape and they go called rocking the tape. They'd rock it, cue it up, cut it, splice it, put it together. It took a long time, and so that was something. And the other difference was when we did a thing called looping, which is ADR, automatic dialogue replacement, or looping. We actually recorded on loops, which were strips of film cut in a loop of the scene, and they put it in a projector, and you'd watch the scene, and there would be 2 black lines, and when the black lines met, that's when you talked. So it was very long process. So God help you if you had lots of loops, you'd be there all day. Because then they had to take the loop. Once they got the tape, they take the loop out of the camera, put a new one in, and then you do it again. And that could be a problem. Now, everything's digital. It's like instant. I can just, do playback. I go, oh, it didn't work. Okay, let's go back and do it again. And I can cut digitally. I can cut between words, to get the right thing. So that's what happens. You get these digital or the shows. What used to take all day, like 8 hours to record, now take 2 hours or an hour and a half. Like when I was recording a thing called Monster Loving Maniacs, I'm in the studio by myself, and I could, record 3 shows in like no time, like an hour.
Wow.
So you become it was like that, and that's how technology is. The same with film. It used to be, the standard film magazine is 1,000 feet, which is like 10 minutes of film, and they went in and they'd shoot the scenes, and you'd probably get 3 takes out of a reel, and then you have to change them again. And it costs $1,000 a piece. Now they have digital. They just rewind it, it automatically erases. So you just go back and do it again. And the same thing with the editing process, the mix down. I remember when I used to do movies of the week, it'd take 3 weeks to shoot a movie of the week, Now it takes, well, no, actually, that's wrong. It takes 6 weeks. Now it takes like 14, 15 shooting days, which is like about 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks. TV episode, 1 week. Used to be 14 days. But now it's just like it's 1 week. And they want, not because of the digital technology, everything's so much faster. And getting them uploaded. I mean, the first time I worked on a digital film, they were editing on the fly, and it was called the Long Island Lolita. It was with Drew Barrymore. And they were editing on the fly, and we finished shooting on Friday, and the movie was on TV on Monday.
Wow.
That's the major difference, is the technological advances allow us to do things much quicker than we did in the past.
I mean, so I think it's safe to say it goes to show that your hard work definitely has paid off and created a legacy. So now the question I have for you, Mr. Garry Chalk, is
Yes, sir.
What legacy would you like your performances to leave behind?
Well, it's I've never thought of that. Well, what I'd like is that the performances that I've had made, I'd like those performances to be remembered forever. I would love that. And so far, I've got shows that, I just got something in the mail for a residual. It was like $3 or something. But it was something I did like 1982.
Oh, wow.
Over 40 years or so ago. And so I thought, well, that's kind of cool. But I like to be remembered as someone who just did a good job. The letter, I got to tell you, the letters that I get, so I'm going to give me a fat head, because a lot of people, I've inspired them, or in their work, in their relationships with other people, I've inspired them in their their aspirations for what they're going to do with their life, and how much that my characters have shaped the way they view the world and shaped the way they live and interact with other people, and that's it's an incredible honor, and I would like to leave that legacy behind.
Eric, one of our co-hosts at MWA, put this in the chat, Gary. He says, your legacy will definitely be remembered with the iconic characters you portrayed and gave life to them for a whole new generation of young kids, including me. And I think that that's safe to say how we all feel here listening in the chat. And here at MWA, we thank you for being such a huge part of our childhoods. I
Yeah.
mean, truthfully.
Well, I'm hoping I can do the same thing with my grandson. My grandkid. Wow. I have this show called Monster Loving Maniacs. It's on YouTube. You know,
Okay.
it airs in Europe and all over the place, everywhere but Canada and the U.S. And it's a very funny show. And anyway, I told the kids, well, I got this new show. I got this new show on TV. You want to see it? It's on YouTube. And he goes, what is it? And I said, it's called Monster Loving Monsters. Okay, I'm in.
I
So
love
they're
that.
both watching the first episode, and they're watching it, and they're liking it, and then all of a sudden you hear, "That's Grandpa," and I said, "Yes, it is."
That's awesome.
So, and he's going, "But here, so that's you," and I said, "Yeah." And so they're now, oh, cool. Now they're watching it. Now they're really watching it. So. But that's a cool thing, and the one thing I like about the character in Monster Loving is, I break the law, I drive fast and go through red lights, and because we are monster hunters, we can do that, and he's quite the character, and I just love him. And when I remember the head writer, she was talking to me on the intercom one day when we were doing the recording, said, you sound exactly like my dad. Really? Yes, my dad is the same way. And I said, well, cool. But I got translates in 20 languages, and it's very popular. And the reason why they love it so much is because the parents can watch the show with their kids and enjoy it for different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I love that. Gary, I want to be respectful of your time. We're going over an hour here. I just have a couple rapid fire questions for you here at the end, if you still have a minute.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, you ready? Hardest voice to maintain?
The hardest voice to maintain was
Yes,
that would be, well, there's two, Whiplash and He-Man.
Wow.
The Devil Kings, or the Demons and Devil Kings, a video game. That was tough.
One character you wish you could have voiced?
One character I wished I could have voiced, the sloth in Ice Age.
I love that.
I love
that.
John Leguizamo character. It's just so delightful.
He really is, I think, probably the best part of those movies. Favorite cartoon as a kid?
Favorite cartoon as a kid? Well, there were two, Quick Draw McGraw and Johnny Quest.
Nice. Do you prefer playing heroes or villains?
I like playing heroes, but heroes get all the dull lines and villains get all the good ones.
Absolutely.
So I like playing heroes, or I like playing villains because you can eat the scenery.
Mm-hmm. The one line fans always ask you to say?
Well, there's several. Autobots, transform and roll out. Maximals,
There it is.
eyes.
Yes.
Yep, those are the two I get all the time.
I feel like I already know the answer to this one, but I'm going to ask it anyways.
You guys?
Favorite Transformer?
Favorite Transformer? Oh, it's got to be Rat Trap.
Oh,
I love
all right.
it. But I like Cheetor. I like them all. I love Black Arachnia for different reasons. So,
Yes, I think we all like Black Arachnia for those reasons. Yes, very much so.
When you see her in real life, she's very, very stunningly beautiful. She's just I've known her, worked with her since she was a kid, since she was a teenager.
Wow.
She's just a lovely, lovely woman. Venus, aptly named. But no, and
Gary.
you know, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, please finish.
Tarantulas. I like tarantulas too.
Okay.
He's always
He's
getting
awesome.
in trouble. Al
Yeah.
Willows. The pterosaur was fun.
Gary, was there somebody else in Beast Wars that you thought you could have done as iconic as Optimus Primal?
You mean like
better or?
I could have done Silverbolt.
Well, I would have liked to seen that.
Yeah. Silverbolt. Come here, I'll save you. So, Black Arachnia, there's something about you I cannot escape. You know, I mean, I don't know, but it's not the same as it's not the same as our dear lad. But Scotty was great in it. I love him, but I would have. I got to tell you, to be honest, I would have chosen that voice, you know, and then he did it, and I went, damn. Scotty just gets the voices because he's so good at it.
Would you have chosen Silverbolt over Optimus?
No, I love Optimus. Optimus was great. He was quite the character. And me and Brian, we always, you know, we suffer the kids. You know, that's what we did. I like Rhino. Great. And Richard, the guy who plays him, is a great person as well.
Yep.
Richard,
we have a fan question here from the chat, real quick. I would like to address. What are your thoughts on working on the 2014 Godzilla movie? Do you have a good time doing that? With
that
Bryan
was
Cranston?
so exciting. It was so much fun. The director, it's going to come with
Gareth Edwards.
Gareth Edwards was an absolute doll, just a gentleman. And Brian, I've worked with Brian a couple of times before, Bryan Cranston.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a joy to work with him. And the Japanese actors were terrific, and I just loved to be a part of it. We worked in a sewage treatment plant. That was where our atomic reactor was. But you'd never know it was a sewage treatment plant. The only thing that gave it sort of an element of danger because it didn't smell like sewage or anything like that. It was just like, it was stupidly clean. You know, where we had a lab, where we had our reactor control room. And the only reason it would give you pause, there would be signs on the walls everywhere. If you cut yourself, go immediately to first aid. So we went, why? Because you're in a treatment plant. Why do you think? But it smells so clean. Yes, but do go to first aid immediately. And Gareth was just wonderful to work with, and all of them. And it was neat to be part of a legacy as well. So,
of course,
yeah,
rightfully so. And that was the movie that would, at least for us Godzilla fans, transcend the next generation. You know,
yeah.
But to just before we wrap things up, Gary, on behalf of me, Joe, everyone in the chat, everyone that is a part of Monsters with Attitude, we sincerely want to thank you for the opportunity that you gave us just to sit down and just chop it up with us, Gary. Truly, it is an honor to have you on, my friend, and thank you.
Well, thank you very much. It's been an honor to be here. I got to be honest with you. I always love doing these interviews. They're always a lot of fun, and you always. Well, the thing, you know, I got to tell you, what I really like about it is it jogs my memory to go back and see, well, what was that? And then you think about all the things that you've done in the past. and over the years, and there was a lot of great memories in there. Just so much fun, and I thank you, and for helping me remember.
It is an
Well, it's
honor.
our pleasure.
It
Gary, do you have any conventions that you're going to that you would like to plug? Any appearances
Oh
you're
yeah,
doing
I'll
or
be
upcoming project?
June 20th. I'll be in Kitchener, Ontario, and you'll meet Candace Santora there, who's basically she's been doing all my legwork, and I'm doing my art, her drawings and stuff. She's a very talented artist, so she'll be there. And then I will be in Thunder Bay, I think, in July, or Sudbury, one of those two, in July, and no, in Sudbury in September. I can't remember. I think it's September. And then I'm just waiting to hear from them to be in St. John's, Newfoundland in October, and then in Orlando, Florida in November, if all things go well and I survive. So
excellent.
It's well, I gotta say that conventions take a lot out of you. You got to be on all the time, and I'm still recovering. So
yeah. Well, I just wanted to say here at the end, we are very happy to hear about your positive health diagnosis, and our thoughts and my prayers are with you, and I'm so happy that you are in remission and that you're fighting this, and stay strong. You have the MWA team at your back, my friend.
Thank you so much. All I've got now is I've finished I think well, I thought it was day before yesterday, but I think it's today or tomorrow that marks my 1-year anniversary of the last treatment. And so far, I've still got frozen feet and frozen fingertips, but that's about it. And I get tired, but they said that's normal because you're detoxifying it takes like 18 months after you finish to get all the stuff out of your. Yeah, what they say, the rule of thumb is if you're on treatment for 6 months, you're getting over it for 18 months. Getting your hair grow back, and getting the feeling back in your feet and your fingers, and the fatigue that seems to get you, because it's a lot of poison. You got to detoxify all the poison. But hey, beat being dead.
Yeah. Yes, sir. It does. Well, God bless you, Gary, and I'm so happy that you're on the mend, sir.
Oh yeah, no, I'm mended, man. I'm mended. There. I'm just I would say, considering where I was and what I went through, and the doctor's going, yeah, you lit up like a Christmas, put me in a PET scan, and I lit up like a Christmas tree. And I went, what? And he goes, oh yeah, well, we're gonna fix you. We're gonna fix you. But great kudos, and here's my plug for the BC Cancer Institute. Amazing people over there. I never imagined how prevalent this disease is in our world until I went up to the 6th floor of the BC Cancer, and every room, and they were all full. There's like four chairs to a room, and every room was full of people going through their chemotherapy and all that. And so it's I just say kudos to them, and for all the work they do, and I'm just very happy. So thank you very much for having me, guys. It's a real pleasure.
No,
the pleasure has been ours, and I hope you can make it to the Midwest one day soon, so I can actually meet you in person and shake your hand.
I've been offered to go to where?
BotCon in Chicago?
Corning, New York.
Oh, that's close to where I am at, Connecticut. Okay.
I don't know if I can go, but we'll see. We're just waiting around, and there's some troubling times in America right now, and
We'll see. Everybody's going, don't go.
Well, I hope you can make it to the Chicagoland area so I can meet you. That would be great.
Yeah, Los Angeles was fun. I had a great time down there.
Mm-hmm.
Good people and good crowds, and got to hang out with David Kay, which I haven't. Very rarely do we end up in conventions together, which is odd, but it's okay. It's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, but thank you very much, guys. You've been wonderful. You've been very gracious hosts, and I will see you on.
That's right.
Yes, Gary, thank you so much. Thank you guys all for tuning in and enjoying the show. Get to know Gary. It was an honor and a pleasure. Gary, like we said, we wish you all the best. And from here at MWA, we have a little phrase, 1 phrase, 3 words. Embrace the attitude.
Good night, everybody.